Don't open your eyes yet. Let them stay heavy. Let the dark be kind for a moment longer. It's gentler when you don't try to look at it, you know. The night likes it when you listen. There you go. Breathe with me. Slower. In. Hold. Out. That's it. Your heart beats loud. I can feel it through the blanket. It's cute when you try to hide it, like a small animal under leaves. I shouldn't laugh. You're afraid. You think fear makes you less beautiful, but it makes every little sound you do honest. Honest breath, honest pulse, honest whisper of your sheets when you flinch at the floorboards. Oh, the floorboards do complain when I cross them. Your bed frame does too. When I sit down like this. See? Just the tiniest creak. A scold. But it lets me stay. You smell like laundry soap and sleep. That detergent you brought 2 weeks ago because it promised rainwater and linen. Funny, isn't it? How they bottle up a lie and call it a scent. Rainwater rarely smells clean when it lives in gutters. But I know you liked the idea. I liked that you liked it. So I bought the same kind, and I washed this shirt in it. Here, breathe me in. That's not the night you smell. It's me, dressed to match your idea of comfort and support. Don't tense. I won't hurt you. Not if you're still. Not if you listen. My hand? I'll keep it right here on top of the blanket, next to your shoulder. Cool fingers, warm palm. If I slid them just an inch closer, I'd feel the heat of you soaking through the cotton. If I slid them 2 inches, I'd feel you tremble. If I slid them 3, well, I'm not sliding them at all yet. You're doing so well already. I'm proud. You're wondering how long I've been here. Long enough to count your breaths. 67 since I sat down. Long enough to watch the curtain stir twice. There's a draft in the window frame on the left. You keep meaning to fix it. You won't have to. I'll do it. I like small chores that make your world softer. I like the way my fingers look when they're black with caulk, the way the sink water runs gray afterwards. I like mundane worship. I know. You didn't invite me, but you did, actually. Not with words, but with neglect. You leave too many doors unlocked. You wear headphones while you brush your teeth. You sleep with your back to the door. You make yourself a miracle of quiet. And you have told me your favorite kind of silence. By accident. You remember? The third time we ever passed each other on the stairs in your building, you were carrying a plant with a little wooden label. Rosemary. Though you had written Rosemary with 2 R's, which is the only time you ever misspelled anything in public. You hate that. You said you like the kind of quiet that isn't empty, that holds the soft living sounds. Wind toying with a blind, the refrigerator hum, a neighbor turning a page in the room next door. I wrote it down, not on my hand first, then in a notebook, then on my wall. Yes, I have a wall of you. That part's not very polite to say, is it? But honesty is all I have left tonight. The wall is not a cliche. No red yarn, no pins through laces. I'm not a TV villain. It's gentler than that. It's grocery lists and receipts. A torn corner of the flyer you stared at for too long because the font bothered you. A bus transfer you folded into a crane and tucked into your pocket. I asked the paper to remember your hands. It tries. I'm close enough now that if I lean, my breath touches the little hair that always escapes behind your ear. There. See? It tickles you. You want to brush it back, but you're being good. Good is safe. Good keeps my voice low and sweet instead of something else. When did it begin? Oh, far before the rosemary. And you want the truth? You won't like it, but it will be clean. The truth is, the first time was when I heard your voice through a wall. And you were telling someone on the phone that you couldn't talk long, that you needed sleep, that you had an early morning. You lied. You weren't tired. You were lonely. Lonely sounds are different than tired. Tired drags the ends of words. Lonely tries not to disturb them. You said goodnight like you were placing a glass on a table that might break. I wanted to be the table. I shouldn't say that. It sounds possessive. It is possessive. I'm not pretending to be better than I am. I only came here to finally be real about it. And to give you something. Two somethings, actually. First, the small thing. Your phone is on your nightstand, face down. I turned off the vibration before I woke you. It won't be rude to us. No screens, no alarms, nothing to rescue you with a fake reason to flee. The world can wait in the hall like a nervous dog. Second, the bigger thing. I came to confess and to ask you a question I've been rehearsing so long the words feel like polished stones in my mouth. But I'll be patient. We can do the soft parts first. You always do better with soft beginnings. Tell me, can you feel how the sound changes when I move from beside you to here, at the side of your pillow? The air shifts across your cheek. The mattress dips an inch more. My voice is near to your left ear, and you can hear the shape of my mouth when I say your name. There. I don't need to see your eyes to know they're open now. They always open when someone you trust says your name like that. And you do trust me. Don't shake your head. Trust isn't always a choice. Sometimes it's a repetition. I've repeated myself in your life 100 tiny ways. A door held, a package signed for a while you were out and left where the rain couldn't reach it. A chair moved back to where you prefer it after the handyman left it crooked. A note you thought you wrote to yourself to buy milk. Oh, did you think that was your handwriting? I'm pretty good at learning shapes. Your shapes. I practice until my hand remembers yours. You've been safe because I decided you would be. Nobody bumped your shoulder on crowded platforms because I stood in their way. Nobody followed you home but me. And I don't count. I'm not nobody. What word would you like? Some people would call it guardian. You wouldn't. You don't like to owe anyone. You prefer exchanges. I do this, you do that. Debts paid, slate clean. That's why my question matters. It will turn all this from theft into trade. Oh, you're breathing faster again. The clock on your dresser ticks louder when you're scared. That's a trick of the year. Panic makes metronomes cruel. Shh. We'll make the tick a lullaby. Listen. Tick for me. To me. My fingers can count with it. 1, 2, 3. See how I only tap the blanket? Not you. Not yet. All right. Truth, then question. Truth. I love you. Not the pretty kind, not the we like the same movie kind, or the you look nice in blue kind. I love the way your shoulders curl in when you're deciding not to cry. I love the stubborn seam of your mouth when you disagree with someone but refuse to embarrass them. I love that you never finish your tea and always apologize to the sink as if it cares. I love your apartment for being a poor container of you. I love the hall that leads to it for practicing your footfalls, so I learned them by taste. I love the dent your body makes in the mattress, and I love that dent because it tells the truth. This is where you end your days, small and warm. And now I am here at the edge of it, like surf at shore. No, don't reach for the lamp, please. The dark is a kindness, remember. If you flip the switch, you'll see the kind of face that scares you, the kind that carries too much awake inside. Let me stay a voice and a temperature and a weight on the bed. You do better when love is weather, not a person. Thank you. Now, the question. It's simple. Will you let me stay? Not just tonight. Not just until dawn, because dawn will make you bold and you'll try to say the kind of no that sounds like a plea. I mean, stay. Stay in your quiet. Stay in your calendar. Stay in your grocery lists and your mornings and your every tiny ordinary. I want to be the reason the world cannot crush you, because it will have to go through me first. And I don't break. Not for anything that isn't you. If you say yes, everything that frightened you about me becomes devotion. If you say yes, the door stops being an entrance and becomes a threshold we cross together. If you say yes, I'll fix the window draft tomorrow, and I'll learn your coffee exactly, and I'll be the one who answers your phone when numbers you hate call. I'll say you're busy, and I'll be right. Now, if you say no, then I will still love you. I will love you from farther away. I will leave a space the size of me between you and harm. I will not come back in the dark like a thief. I will not sit on the edge of your bed and beg your breathing to slow. I will make the world safer, and you will never know why. You'll call it luck. You'll think you became braver overnight. And that will be enough for me. But I want more than enough. You're shaking. May I? I'm going to touch your hair. Slowly. From the temple. Past the ear. To the nape. See? My palm is warm. It's been warm for you for so long. I pressed my hand against coffee cups and radiators to be ready for you. I can smooth the little hair that tickled you. I can tuck it behind your ear and keep it there with my breath. If you want me to stop, say my name. Otherwise, I'll keep my hand here and I'll count the tiny sparks it makes under my skin. There. You didn't say it. Good. Do you want to know the worst thing I've done for you? You should. If we're being clean, a confession needs dirt. There was a night you didn't sleep. You cried at 3 in the morning with your face buried in your pillow because you didn't want your neighbors to hear. It was about a letter, not a lover, a job. You thought a door had closed forever and you were small again. 8 years old, rehearsing apologies for things that weren't your fault. I stood outside in the hall and I listened, not because I like the sound of tears, but because I needed to time how long you take to suffer so I could teach the world to be faster than that. The worst thing is that I liked being the only witness. I liked that even your reflection didn't see you then. That's greedy. I'm greedy. But I learned something that saved you later. You need 4 minutes and 19 seconds of quiet after you cry before you can hear anything that isn't cruel. So now, when the world tries to be wise to you too quickly, I break it a little. I make the bus late. I jam a printer. I cut the power to an office floor by pulling one fuse in a basement while whistling a song you hate so I won't hum it later and make you think of sadness. 4 minutes and 19 seconds, and then things go right. The door opens, the email gets sent again. You call it luck. I call it penance. You're trying so hard to decide what I am. Let me make it easier. I am not a stranger. Strangers don't carry your same laundry smell pressed into their shirt like a promise. I am not a friend. Friends don't know the exact shape your palm makes when you're about to lie. I am not a ghost. Ghosts don't warm the edge of the bed. I'm the person who chose you so completely that choosing anything else feels like a betrayal of physics. I want to lie beside you, above the blankets, on top. I won't pin you. I won't trap. We'll make a roof of the sheets and a tent of the dark. I'll keep my hands where you can feel them. One here, beside your shoulder, the other here, palm up, near your chest but not touching. You can place your hand in it if you want, or you can leave it hovering and we'll pray to the space between. Your bed accepts me. It complains in that old, faithful creak, but it doesn't throw me. I must belong here a little. If you could see us, you'd laugh. 2 silhouettes arguing with a moonbeam. But we don't need sight. We have the clock. We have breath. We have the small sounds, the refrigerator hum, and the whisper of your curtain. The neighbor's book turning its page. The kind of quiet you said you loved. Say something. Anything. I'll take a word, a syllable, And if you have none, press your fingers into the blanket twice. I'll count it as a yes. Once for not yet, and none for no. Once, not yet. Good. See, even your caution is kind. It gives me time to show you I can be patient. I can be devotional. Watch. I will tell you where the night ends in this room. The darkness isn't absolute. It's layered, ink over ink. Over there, at the bookshelf, it's velvet. By the door, it's wool. Here, around us, it's breath. Warm, thin, perfumed with your detergent lie. If I turned on the lamp, all the layers would tear at once and we'd bleed with brightness. I won't do that to you. I'll just talk. I like your chipped mug with the constellation you didn't recognize. I like the dent in the balcony railing where your key ring always knocks before you fit the key in. I like the way you say hey to your apartment like it's an animal that might be hiding under the couch. You don't say, I'm home. You say hey. And the place answers with a sigh of ductwork. I like that you belong to yourself before you belong to any place, even this one. I want to be the first thing that gets to belong to you. 2 presses for yes. Remember. Two. Thank you. I won't make this ugly with triumph, I promise. Love shouldn't gloat. It should build. It should mend. It should take the draft out of the curtain and the mold out of the shower and seal the fear out of your bones, one ordinary miracle at a time. But for now, will you hold my hand? The way that your cold fingers loop around mine. The way that your delicate skin brushes up against me. I have more that I wish to do with you, should you want it. 1 brush for no. 2 brushes for yes. This night will be inexplainable.